says I'm live. What's happening? Another day in the books. Yep. Working man. But we're gonna get some bad weather here pretty soon. The sky's kind of dark over there. Over there, the sky's kind of dark. Looks like we're gonna get some bad weather in the area, but thank God I'm going the opposite way of that mess. Yeah, I don't know what the forecast says. I didn't check it today. I'll get me some drink here. So, what's up, everybody? Everybody have a great Thursday. Hopefully you did. My Thursday was pretty good, I guess. I mean, you know, I'm employed and I'm alive, so I got something good for me anyway. You know, well, that's some nasty looking weather down there. Anyway, so here we are on my way home today. Yep. Let's see here. What do we got for the ride home today? What are we listening to? Listening to Clayton and Wenzel. I don't know if you guys know who Clayton and Wenzel are. Jeff Clayton is a lead singer for a band called Anti-Scene. They're I don't want to say a punk band because they've kind of tried to separate themselves from the punk industry or the punk scene. But they're a rock and roll band, and this is kind of interesting that you get a couple of rockers together and they do a Christian album. In case you missed it there, viewer, this is what I'm listening to. It's Clayton and Wenzel. It's pretty good. There's a few old-time Christian songs on here that you would hear like at the Baptist church or something. I'm pretty impressed with it. So anyway, yep, another day, another dollar. Like I said, I'm on my way home. I think I'm gonna go the long way today, so I have a few extra minutes. I went down 70 yesterday, Interstate 70 East, going home towards St. Louis. There was a real bad crash on the westbound side that had all three lanes closed, so they were diverting traffic, like on the median between the last lane and guardrail. There were two cars sideways. There was a Jeep and looked like a Chevy Venture van or something, or maybe it was a Plymouth. Anyway, it was a van that was caught in between the front of a tractor trailer and a Jeep, and it was smashed. And then there was another black car that looked like it had been hit in the front and the rear. When I went by there, they were cutting, whoever it was, they were cutting them out. It's pretty bad. There's a video of it from yesterday on my short feeds. You guys want to check that out. It's a pretty awesome video. Well, I wouldn't say awesome as in like it doesn't really show anything. It's just the aftermath of the accident, which was I've never seen one, you know, like on 70 that bad with that many cars involved. There was probably a half a dozen cars involved. You'll just have to watch my video. It's on my short feed. It was about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yo, what's up? Baseball, is that baseball guy? I I can only like glance over there, so if I get your name wrong, I'm sorry. I'm driving home, man. I was talking about a wreck yesterday that I recorded the aftermath, or I was sitting in traffic and as traffic went by. Pork chop. No, I won't crash. I'll leave that to all the people that are in a hurry and don't pay attention to what other people are doing on the road. I try to keep my eyes. Yeah, thanks. I got more. This is a key for Raven Black, and I got another Eddie right there, and I got another Eddie right there. I got Mushroom Head. I got quite a few. Anyway, I appreciate that. Hey Ashley, how you doing? So anyway, I was telling these guys about a crash I saw yesterday on Interstate 70 going east. And it had all 3 lanes tied up. There was traffic for miles afterwards. It must have happened like just before I got there, because the paramedics and everything were getting on the scene just as I was going by. They were already there, but as I was caught in traffic, you know, like from the get-go, they were all, I could hear them, you know, coming to the scene anyway. And I had some cops behind me that were state troopers that were trying to get around everybody. But there's a short video on my channel you guys to check out if you want to check them out. That's fine. So I was also talking about a CD I'm listening to. It's by a band called Clayton and Wenzel. Jeff Clayton is a singer for a band called Antiseen, Antiseen. They're kind of they've been around about 40 years. They're a rock and roll band that a lot of times people mistake them for a punk band, but they're not really punk. They kind of tried to steer themselves away from that genre, especially modern day. Punk music sucks now, but back when I was a teenager, you know, punk was like a big deal. But they've always tried to separate themselves. They wanted to be more of a rock and roll than they did a punk band. But Jeff Clayton is a good friend of mine, or I like to think he is. And anyhow, him and this guy, Greg Wenzel, I think that's the guy's name, or something Wenzel, got together and did a gospel album. So that's what I'm listening to today. I'm usually jamming on some, you know, like Metallica or Megadeth or, you know, Static X or something like that. You know, something a little more hardcore, but not today. What's up, Pork Chop? Good to see you in there. Yeah, I got more tattoos too, Pork Chop. I can't take my shirt off. I can't take my shirt off and show them while I'm driving. So I chose to go home a long way today, so I had a few extra minutes. Nothing really, no particular reason, you know, other than I just, you know, decided to go the long way today. I don't really have anything special planned. I was going through some live videos today, and you know, I'm really amazed at a lot of the people that I ran across today that I hadn't seen broadcast live in a while. There was a girl named Joyful Jenna that I follow. She was on today, but she's changed her call name, or she's changed her handle to That's Jenna something or other, Miracle or something like that, or Miraculous, or I don't know. Kind of like your name, Ashley. But I was talking with her today. She kind of recognized me, but she was kind of surprised that I found her again. I thought I had subscribed to her page like way back, but it appears that I didn't, and that's probably why I lost track of her. And I watched her do a tarot reading. That seems to be the big thing now. People doing tarot card readings. I particularly don't want to mess with that kind of stuff. That's a little bit out there. Let's see who else we got in here. Linkin Park fan. Well, if you can't tell they're a Linkin Park fan, I'm a Iron Maiden fan. But I like Linkin Park too. Their Hybrid album, or the Hybrid Theory album, was really good. It's too bad Chester Bennington passed. Yeah. You know, they say that he suicided himself, but I don't believe that. I think it's just kind of odd to me that, you know, he died almost 1 year to the day that Chris Cornell passed away. He supposedly suicided himself too. Oh, I'm not even sure I'm supposed to say that word on here, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I just don't see people that are doing good things in the community and for society in general, doing things like that to themselves, unless they're, well, I don't know, there had to be a contributing factor. I know that John Podesta, who is his stepdad, some highfalutin lawyer up in D.C., is involved in some pretty crooked shit, but I can't get into that because I usually don't get into politics. I don't get into religion. Those two things right there just really turn people off these days. But there are other people that crave it. Now, I keep up with it and stuff, and I watch live streams and things like that, but I don't like discussing it that much, or at least not on here anyway. People got better things to do with their time than listen to me talk about politics and religion, so I don't get into it. Anyway, cheers. I know it's kind of rude and, it's not very good etiquette to be talking and drinking, a soda at the same time, but it's my channel and I'll do what I want. Thank you very much. Anyway, so it's been kind of weird. The weather's been kind of weird here the last couple of days. Like yesterday morning, it rained most of the morning, and it was pretty heavy at times. And then during the afternoon, it kind of chilled out, and then it got sunny, and then it started raining again. So today was kind of the same. It was overcast and dreary this morning, and I guess that's why I'm having such a bad hair day. I don't know, the old humidity, I guess the humidity's picked up a little bit. My hair doesn't do well in humidity, but that's how it goes. Yeah, rest in peace. That's right, Ashley. Chester and Chris Cornell both. Anyway, so it's amazing to me that people can get likes and people subscribe and they get all kinds of traffic, and all they do is they set their phone up and then they lay in bed or they sit in a chair and they just stare at the phone. I don't get it. Are people really entertained by that? That's kind of nuts if you ask me. I mean, I guess if you're just I'm kind of a YouTube surfer. I surf channels during the day sometimes, like on break and at lunch. At least more recently, though, I've found something called Instagram. I like Instagram a whole lot. Instagram's kind of cool. There's a lot of stuff on there that could be a little questionable, but it takes it to the limit, but it's just like right at the edge, you know what I mean? Traffic going the other way. There was some road work going on over here. I'm on something called Page Extension, which is, if any of you guys don't live around here, it's Highway 364. And I'm on the backside of St. Peters, Missouri. I'm headed towards St. Charles. Actually, I'm headed home. I live in a little municipality right next to St. Louis. So I can either go home Interstate 70 or I can go home 364, which is Page Extension. They run parallel to each other. And I chose to go this way. It's a little less congested, and takes about 10 minutes longer, but it's a pretty nice trip anyway. And you know, I don't have to deal with a bunch of nut bags over here, you know, going 100 miles an hour, and I'm doing 70, and they're passing me like I'm sitting still. You know, it's everybody on this side. You know, they use common sense with driving, which you don't get a lot of that anymore for some reason. People are just in too big of a hurry these days. You know, it's almost as if they, you know, they want to rush everything in their life. For me, I like to give myself a few minutes, you know, extra in the mornings to get to work, and then, you know, be able to kind of chill out before I start my shift. Excuse me, working class. Sorry about that. But I kind of like to have a few minutes to sit around and eat my breakfast and check my emails and stuff before I get my day started. For those of you that don't know me, I work for a company that retrofits commercial vehicles. I'm a quality control technician, and the company I work for builds commercial vehicles for, you know, air conditioning companies and pest control and stuff like that. So we do quite a bit of different things. We get these stripped down vans and trucks, and we put equipment in them according to the contractor's needs. We do great big fleets, stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting work. And as I said, I'm a quality control technician, so it's my job to make sure that, you know, everything looks good before it goes out the door. Whether it's whether somebody comes to get it or whether it's going to be shipped on a train somewhere. We just started doing a company called Brightspeed. They're a internet, I guess, a cable and internet company or whatever. They're pretty big in the southeast, you know, Florida, and Georgia, and Alabama, and Arkansas. And they're working their way further north. I think there's a couple of branches here in Missouri where I'm at, or at least in the area anyway. And we got like 200 of those vans to do. So that, you know, the good thing about being in the business that I'm in, or the industry that I'm in, it's automotive. But as long as there are commercial companies that need vehicles, you know, in their fleets, it's like job security. You know, I'll have a job, and you know, it's something that's interesting. It's something that it takes a lot of time on some cases, but it's very rewarding. You know, to see this product go out the door and know that everything is, you know, the way it's supposed to be. Penny window. I wonder if Penny windows on Penny Lane. Anyway, give me just a second. This is a drink called Zia. This is a ginger root beer. I don't really taste the ginger. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's got a little bit of a bite to it. You know, ginger is a spice. It's supposed to have a little bite to it, but I taste the root beer more than anything else. It doesn't have any artificial flavors or sweeteners or any of that stuff in it. It's supposed to be good for you. It's almost, it reminds me kind of like a carbonated water, you know, with a hint of flavoring. But it's pretty good stuff. It's good when it's cold too. Well, most of them are, but this one's especially good when it's cold. All right, so I've done 2 plugs today. Did a plug for a CD, and I've done a plug for a drink. You guys go out and get some of that stuff. It's good. Anyway, I talked a little bit about the weather earlier. You know, I can't believe it's like the first of, what is this, May, April, May? Yeah, first day of May, and I'm still wearing like an overshirt, you know, when I go to work in the mornings. We have these cotton long sleeve shirts, button downs that, you know, where shop people would wear. If you've ever worked in a shop or seen people like, you know, at the dealerships wearing these long sleeve cotton shirts that button down. Anyway, it's been, you know, rather cool in the mornings. I don't know, it's like, what the hell is that? I just went through like a whole thing of like, I don't know if they were dragonflies or horseflies, or they were all hitting the windshield. I got freaking mess all over my windshield now. Wow, I wonder what that's all about. Anyway, so, but the weather's really crazy here in Missouri. There's an old wives thing, you know, well, if you want to know what the weather's going to be like in Missouri, just wait 5 minutes, you know, that kind of deal. But, yeah, it's been kind of weird weather. It's been kind of cool in the mornings and rainy, and then it gets sunny in the afternoon. So by the afternoon, I'm stripping off that shirt. It's been a little breezy too, and like in my shop that I work in, we have 3 bay doors on the back wall facing west, and then we've got a wall where I'm at, the door in front of the building. There's one single door, and it faces east. So anytime we get any east to west or west to east wind, of course it comes right through my, right down my alley or my bay. And if it's cool out, it will get a little chilly, you know, because there's no sunlight in my building, inside the building at all. You know, we don't have skylights or anything, so it does get rather chilly, and I usually keep that button-down shirt, long sleeve button-down shirt on until, I don't know, probably early afternoon. But you know, I've been work 8 hours a day, and you know, some of these guys, I don't know if they've got like diabetes or high blood pressure or what the hell's going on with them, but they want to open those bay doors like first thing in the morning. I'm like, dude, are you crazy? It's cold out this morning. But I don't complain. I just let them do what they're going to do, you know. I spend too much time bitching about it, then I might miss something else important. Is that Monica? Monica, I can't read your last name. I'm sorry. It is Monica, right? Yeah. Looks like it. Let me put on my other glasses so I can see. It's sunny out today, so I'm using sunglasses, but I can't see for shit. Yeah, Monica. You're in Austria. Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. Welcome aboard. 2200. That means it's 10 o'clock p.m. Is that right? 2200. I think 2300 is what, 11 p.m. I used to work the 3 to 11 shifts, so that's the only reason I know that. Well, good to see you in there, Monica. Austria, huh? You know, I don't even know where that is because I'm geographically challenged. What is it? Austria is near what? Turkey? Is Turkey over there? Greece? Italy? Is that where Austria is, over that area? I'm not really sure. It's going to be a good guess though if I got it right. Yeah. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, so if you're just 7 hours ahead of me then. Wow. I'm gonna have to look on the map when I get home and see where Austria is. Yep. Anyway, so, but today has been, you know, it's kind of nice out. I mean, it's probably in the mid 70s or something, 70 degrees. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius, think that, you know, there are places around the world that use that measurement of temperature of Celsius, but I'm not sure, you know, what the calculation is as far as degrees Fahrenheit, you know. There's a higher power. It's a pretty cool song. A song called There's a Higher Power. For you guys that are just hanging out and stuff, what are y'all up to today? Ashley, are you still in there? My daughter Ashley gets on here with me and talks a little bit here and there. Ashley, are you still there? I don't see her messaging me yet. Anyway, I got 3 viewers. That's pretty good, I guess. Yeah. Hey, listen, I know that you said something, you sent me a text message, something about my phone going straight to voicemail. Okay, so I don't know what my phone company's deal is, but they're like half the calls I get usually go straight to voicemail. I think it's because I've got my spam blocker on, and if it doesn't recognize your number, or it's not a number that's associated with somebody in my phone book, I think that's what's going on. I got a lot of spam calls, and I just hate spam callers. So I set my phone up to where, you know, if it's a number that doesn't call me like on a regular basis, it'll go straight to voicemail. It used to drive my other boss man crazy because he would try to call me, and it would go straight to voicemail, and I ended up having to call him back, and he would always make the joke, well, you know, the government's watching us. If, you know, if I, the government must be watching us, you know. Then put in your contacts. Well, I don't think it has to do with contacts, baby. I think it just has to do with the fact that if your number's ever been flagged before by anybody as spam, or, you know, has been blocked by anybody, the system picks up on it. That's nothing I've done. I mean, I'll do it. I'll see, but I'm pretty sure I've already got you in there because I sent you a text message. Remember, I sent you that text message that had the birthday wish on it, and you said you didn't get it, unless that's the wrong number and I just haven't updated it. I don't know. I mean, that might be what's going on. I guess I lost my girl in Austria. That's all right. Interested to see all the views I get, you know, when I get home. I just average about 60 views per live video. I only do this like for a half hour on my way home from work, and I don't do it all the time. I very rarely do live videos. I mean, I try to at least do one a week or maybe 2, but for the most part, I don't do a lot of videos. I guess I should. I guess I will start, you know, doing more. Maybe I can build my audience better, but it just, I don't know. Sometimes it just seems like more of a hassle, because when I hang up, or when I stop this video here, when I go in the house, okay, so when I'm doing a live video on my phone, it was pretty good until I get close to my house, and then see, because I'm on a non-Wi-Fi network, because I'm driving a vehicle that doesn't have Wi-Fi in it. So once I get close to my house, my phone wants to switch over from the 5G, which is what my phone works on. It wants to switch over to Wi-Fi. It wants to use the Wi-Fi in the house, so I think I get a little bit of a delay from one to the other. And then when I turn my recording off, or my live feed off, I have to go inside and publish my video, or it takes like forever for it to process. The processing is the worst part. And you know something I really hate, and I'm hoping maybe that some people from YouTube will pick up on this, is that when you do a live video like I'm doing right now, and you cut it off for like when you turn it off, and then you publish it. For some reason, all the comments and the likes and stuff go away, and I don't understand that. I think that's pretty crazy that they do that. I think that when you do a live video, because it's good to go back and look at, like, questions that people ask or whatever, or things that people say. It's really cool to be able to do that. But if the messages or the comments are no longer there, when you cut your live feed off, then you don't know what anybody said, or stuff like that. Then here I am having a conversation, and like I've actually shouted out to a couple of people in this video, and somebody who's not seen this video yet will get on there and they'll be like, who the hell's he talking to? You know what I mean? So I wish YouTube would take care of this problem, and when I finish the live feed, go ahead and process it and everything, and make sure that they leave the comments and everything on. Like I said, because it'd be kind of nice to do that, you know what I mean? Anyway, but who am I? I'm just a redneck with a cell phone and the ability to go live on YouTube, right? Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I get home today. I'm thinking maybe I'll get on Meta Horizon Worlds, or I'll get on VR Chat or something. Go do some exploring. I got some friends I hang out with every once in a while on Meta Horizon Worlds, virtual reality, and I might do that today. I don't know. I haven't been doing it as much, because you can really, like, if you can put that thing on your head, you can lose track of time like really quick. It doesn't seem like you've been on that long, but man, it's like you can lose a couple hours in a matter of what feels like a couple of minutes. It's really amazing how that works. But I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, I'm gonna have to get off of this thing. Then put me in your contacts. Oh, I already read that. Yeah, I know, baby. I will. Or I'll take the old contact out and put the new one in and see if that works, or something like that. I'll talk to you, pretty soon. I'm not ready for that yet. I'll talk to you here. Okay? I'm just not ready for the whole, one-on-one phone deal thing yet. I'm still a little miffed at how things went down. I mean, it's just me. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so I got 3 people watching. I don't have no idea who these people are. So if you're new and you haven't seen any of my live videos before, please do me a favor and subscribe and hit the like button. I don't do monetary things, so I'm not doing it for money. I don't really care about all that. I just like to know how many people, like my videos and want to see more, stuff like that. Hello, JT. How's it going? So I'm in my driveway now. I'm surprised it hasn't tried to kick over to the Wi-Fi in the house yet. My Wi-Fi usually tries to pick up as soon as I pull in the driveway. Where are you from? Hello, Joshua. Where are you guys from? I don't know who's still on. Is that Joshua that's still on, or is it JT? I got 2 people watching. So where are you guys from? Ashley, I know where you're from, so no need for you to ask. I just had one girl from Austria. That was pretty cool. I've never had anybody from Austria before, I don't think. Now there is a girl that I ran into that was from Denmark. She was watching the video that I did the other day. And my shirt says Ravens Rejects. If you guys don't know who Raven Black is, go check her out. She's pretty cool. It's a Raven Black band. Anyway, so I've been on 35 minutes. Thanks for the like. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. And we'll do another video pretty soon. Cheers and peace. We'll talk at you guys later. Have a good one.